We are live. What's up, everybody? It's Patrick here. I hope you are all enjoying I guess it's going to be a Friday as this goes up. Hope you guys are all having a good time. Hope you are looking forward to the weekend. If you're Canadian, it means you got Thanksgiving coming up this week. We're weird in Canada, and we do our Thanksgiving in October. Well, it's normal to me. It's normal to every Canadian. But I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I certainly am. And that's just one of the few things that I just popped into my mind. This is episode, I want to say 23. Oh, you're already at 23? That's amazing. Let me think here. 22 is with Lex, so 22, 23 guys. 23 episodes that we have done here. This episode is going to be super chill. So if you are looking for just like I want to kick back, play some zombies, and just listen to what Patrick has to say, you've come to the right place, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 1:30 a.m. in the morning. That's right, in the morning. I just gotta check to see. Okay, no, we go. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Okay, we're good. I'm just speaking very quietly because, well, like I said, it's 1:30 and I don't want to be loud. The neighbor that I'm looking at, like I'm facing right now, I don't really care about her, but the neighbor to my other side she's cool. She's a friend, and I don't want to wake her up. So we're just gonna talk very quietly. You can still hear me talking right into the microphone, but you might just have to turn it up a bit. So yeah, super chill episode of the SmithSquad Podcast. I don't know when I started this. I started this at 22 or 24. So we were going to go, okay, we're good, guys. We're good. We got this going. So why, you may be asking me, am I up at 1:30 on a Thursday night? That's kind of weird. Well, actually, if you knew the nature of the university I go in, you'd be assuming that I'm drinking because most people drink on Thursday nights here. But me, I made the decision not to drink tonight, guys. I made the decision to go hard or go home, and I decided to go hard, and now I'm home. But no. So I have this course which is Intro to Business, and I hear someone going up through the halls and they're being way louder than me, so I don't even care that I'm talking right now at 1:30 at night. So I got Intro to Business. It's this course that you look at different businesses and you assess what's going on in their business. You assess strategies that they should do because they have a problem, basically. That is the business. Now, how do I say it? What we got to do is like this, basically what I just said, and you got to do it into a paper thing. So you look at this company, it's like a beach, and you got to basically look at their problems and say like, okay, how are they gonna make money? And it takes about probably like 8 hours to do. We just got assigned our first one. We've been doing presentations on it, but now we're doing like an actual full case report is what it's called. You basically just analyze the company, all this stuff. And I just got assigned it today. It's my Thanksgiving weekend coming up, so I'm like, frick, this is not good, man. This is not good. I have 3 midterms next week, plus this thing that's probably going to take about 6 hours to do, plus a potential other assignment, plus 2 other assignments for that class. I am bogged down, and this is going to take 6 hours at least. So what I did is I met up with a guy on my floor, and we got together at 9 o'clock, and we just grinded for 4 hours on a Thursday. When most people go drinking, we were like, no, we're going to get this done. So I'm really happy with myself. I am so happy with myself. You know when you just grind and you just feel so good because you grinded, because you put a lot of work out, you did a really good job at something, you got a lot of stuff accomplished. That's how I feel right now. Like I could have gone and got drunk tonight. I had a buddy come down from the city. I'm like an hour away from the city to come down to drink. I said, no, sorry, dude, I gotta work on this. I'll go with you Saturday night when all my friends are back for Thanksgiving. Like everyone's meeting up back up for Thanksgiving, who's gone away to university. But tonight I can't do it, and it's such a satisfying thing when you do that. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is just the value of hard work and kind of having self-esteem. Because now that I'm at university, I've noticed a lot of people don't really have any self-worth, and I've noticed that is really a big problem. If you don't have anything that you can say like, well, this is why I'm awesome, it's really, really bad, because most people, a lot of people will say like, oh, this person drinks or this person smokes weed every day, and that's why they don't have anything to, that's why they don't have any, sort of reason to have self-esteem, or than anything to be proud about, because all they do is drink, all they do is smoke weed. And I disagree with that. I think it is more, not so much that you doing these drugs just being really unambitious every day. I don't think that is what causes the lack of self-esteem. I think a lot of people I see that do that is like, they don't have anything there. So like me, for example, what do I do with my free time? Well, I mean, it's 1:30 at night. Usually I sleep at 1:30, but for example, I'm grinding. I'm making something worth of myself. And what we're doing is we're doing YouTube video. When you don't have a sort of self-worth like that, something that makes you feel proud, that you feel accomplished about, you kind of need to find other things to not only fill that time, but feel good about. And I find a lot of people, especially once they get to university, is I don't want to say turn to drugs, because you think, well, drugs are bad, and I beat that thing into the ground, but which actually I do want to get into a little bit later. But what I mean is, like, people just, if you don't have something to be proud of, is very often, especially university, is that drinking becomes your thing, or smoking weed becomes your thing every day. Like, for example, I have a friend who basically, since he's been at university, has smoked every single day. Oh my god, my okay, here, I need a drink of water, maybe. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah, there we go. So like, he's basically smoked every day, and I really think that that's a symptom of just like, when you don't have anything to be proud of, you don't have anything that takes up your time. It's like, okay, well, I need something that, like, I do. I need something to be my thing. So, for example, my thing, if someone had to ask me, okay, what's like, why are you special? Why are you an individual? I'd say, I have a YouTube channel. That would be my big thing. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm a university student. I wouldn't say I like to go to the gym. I wouldn't say that I used to play football. For the last 2 years, it's been, I'm a YouTuber. That's why I'm special. And when you don't have something like that, it's so common that people just kind of like, I don't like saying get into drugs, but you just develop a habit of drinking becomes your thing on the weekends, and that's what you look forward to. And it's just a really, really bad trap that people get into, because once you get into that trap, that's kind of where people come from. So people like to say like, oh, you get into drugs and then you become a loser. Well, no, I think you're a loser from the beginning, and then you find something to appease your time. And obviously, smoking weed, whatever, that's fun. I don't smoke, but like, it is what it is. People are going to do it. You can't say anything about it. It's going to happen. But people get into it at such a level because they don't have anything else to do. And then they further them being a loser, which is a really big distinction. So what I'm kind of saying is, like, it's good to be unique, and it's good to have something that you value about your life. And another thing a lot of people will go to is, I have this great relationship with this girlfriend, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I just broke up from a 4-year relationship. Now, I don't want to get into it. I don't really know what's going on right now. We're kind of talking about getting back together, but a 4-year relationship, that was honestly a huge part of my life, and definitely something that I valued. Is like, yeah, I've been in a relationship with this girl for this long. Like, that's pretty cool. I have this friend. But that's another thing, is like, I notice people, and I did it to an extent. I was pretty good about it, not being like, people get into relationships and like, that's their thing. And it's honestly, it's almost as bad as the weed thing, like, or the drinking thing. And I probably sound crazy, but people get so hung up in their relationships, and they forget about their other friends, and they forget about everything, and they just have no balance. The relationship becomes your thing, and people go from relationship to relationship to relationship, never being independent, never being on your own, never knowing what that feels like, and really never loving yourself because you have someone else to love you, you love someone else. You never think about being on your own. You never think about that. And that is such a problem. Okay? Like, dude, you can't just be on your own. What I mean is, you can't just be on your own once you break up because you're not used to it. But what I was gonna say is, you can't just be with someone, and so that's what people do, is they need to find love, right? They need to find love because that's all they've ever known. And for me, that was it, dude. Like I said, this wasn't long ago. This was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We broke up, and for me, like, the first, I'd say probably 5 days was shit. And I'm trying to cut back on the swearing in my videos because I never used to swear, and I kind of started doing it for top fives, and people don't really like it. So I'm gonna definitely cut back. But I'm saying it was really bad. It was really bad because I just didn't know what it felt like, and it would have been a lot worse. But I kind of knew it was coming for like 2 weeks. So I guess you could say like 3 weeks was really bad. Like, just a lot of ups and downs emotionally, and just really depressed, and it was rough. It was rough, but now I'm kind of at the point where I'm kind of prepared with it, and like, even like I said, like, I'm thinking like going back into this relationship, and my advice is not to get into it. Like, my objective advice, if someone else was in my situation, is like what I just said, is like, don't always have to be with someone. Try to be on your own, on your own, because once you can love yourself, everything will take care of it, right? Don't be with someone who makes you happy. Be someone who makes you happy. And that's what I mean with that whole self-esteem thing. You're not going to be happy from being with someone else if you're not happy with yourself. People don't get that. I see that all the time. And honestly, I think I can say when I was in my relationship, I was pretty happy with myself. I always had, like, I never had self-esteem issues, mainly because I just don't care. That makes sense. I just, like, a lot of things I just don't care about that most people would care about. I just, things don't affect me in the way it does for most people. I don't know what it is, but that's just the way it goes. Now, like, what I'm trying to say though, kind of with the whole relationship thing, is like, if I gave myself the advice that I would give another person, I would say I should stay out of this relationship. But like, subjectively, it's like, well, damn, do I want to get back in? And it's a really hard decision because, like, I do still have feelings for that person. I still want to go back into it and be with that person. But at the same time, like, I really think I need to learn to be independent and on my own. And I can say, oh, well, I've been away for 3 weeks, I know what it's like. But like, for a long time, like a year or something, just be on my own. And I really don't know if I want a girlfriend. So this is just a venting session right now, but I really don't know if I can say I want a girlfriend right now. And it has nothing to do with the other party, but they're a great person. I like them. I really do love them just as a person. But I really feel like I need to be on my own, man. I need to be on my own. University changes people, man. It really changes people in many ways, in ways I've noticed in other people, and in myself. I've become such a way less socially conscious. So I'm not an asshole. I shouldn't say asshole. I guess that's a swear word. But I'm not rude to people, but I don't care about them. And like I said, I really don't care about a lot of stuff, but I'm not concerned about others in the way I used to be. I'm not concerned about the world, and I'm not concerned about my, like, spiritual well-being. Thing with university, and like I said, I grinded tonight 4 hours. I'm exhausted, even though I had a Red Bull, which was great. I freaking love Red Bull, but that's a whole nother story. Thing with university, I've noticed, is it is a never-ending stream of work. You are never going to have no work. It's just not possible, because once you finish all your work, you're going to get something else. And if you don't get something else, there is something else. There's always something else until, like, the end of the semester. And I mean, at the end, and really, there's always the exam, right? So there's there is always something. And I didn't think it would be like that. Everyone told me it's like first couple weeks you won't have anything, and then you'll get work, and then it'll be like crazy, like what my upcoming week is, and then you'll be off for a couple more weeks, and then you'll get more work. Excuse me, that's the Red Bull. But it's not like that for me at all. Oh, I got the burps from the Red Bull. That's not good. I apologize. It is like the complete opposite. And I think this might be because I'm taking business, because most people say it is like that. But for me, first week, man, I had work, and I haven't stopped having work for like forever. I haven't really had a day where I haven't been like, oh, I could work on this. And it's shit, man. Sorry, I said I wouldn't swear. No, you know what? It's not shit. I said the other situation was shit. This isn't so bad, but it's rough. It is really rough, because you just always have something at the back of your head is like, I should be working on this right now. And I always do anyways. YouTube, I always think I could be working on YouTube right now, but I can silence YouTube, because YouTube is my own thing, and I know when I'm going to do that. But with work, I don't know if I'm going to get like 3 assignments due next week. I don't know that. But with YouTube, I just know I have to upload a video. I have to be responsible to upload a video every single day. You know, today I grinded for 4 hours. I had actually a pretty busy day, and I'm like, screw it, man. I'd love to be in bed right now sleeping, but you know what? I don't want to do that, because I hold myself to that kind of standard with YouTube, and I want to put out the best content I can. Now, I'm probably not putting out the best content that I can at this current time, but in fairness, me being really tired probably make me a little bit more open, which make me a little more deep, may make for more interesting video for you guys. I mean, I don't know, I think it's real chill right now, and maybe you're looking for that, right? So definitely potential for a good podcast right now. But either way, I'm putting the content out, and I'm doing my best for the current moment. You know, I'm real tired. Like, eyes are rolling back in my head, but hey, I'm doing me. I hope you're enjoying this. That's my big thing. That's why I do the podcast. Well, no, I do the podcast a lot for me, just to talk about and rant about stuff. But which you may have noticed why we haven't had many guests, because I just want to talk. I'm just a friggin' narcissist. I just want to talk on my own. So anyone you want on the show, by the way, just comment down below, or go ahead and tweet at me at TheSmithPlays. Anyways, I need a drink. Anyway, so what I'm getting at is the whole university's crazy. I'm a great student, but I got a lot of work on top of me, and it's crazy. Plus YouTube, man, it's a grind. But the thing with YouTube is, like, most of my social time, like, I just forfeit social time for YouTube, basically. So I mean, I still have social time, I still go out and have fun, but if it's like I could be, just hanging out doing nothing with someone, I'm probably just going to do YouTube, because I don't have that time, or time in between classes. I sacrifice a little bit of study time, sacrifice a little bit of stuff for YouTube, because I love YouTube. Anyways, when you're in this kind of environment, when you're so focused on yourself, you become so selfish, and it really is eye-opening. I care so much less about everything that doesn't affect me. So for example, like, I was gonna do this Smile program, which is like helping like Down syndrome, maybe autistic kids, people just with disabilities, basically. And you go to the gym, you go to like a gym and play ball with them, or basketball, or whatever, and you go swimming with them, and it's like this really good program. I thought it was really cool, and I was down for it. And like, now, at the time, I'm just like the thought of it, I didn't get accepted because I don't have any credentials for swimming, and swimming with people who are, mentally or physically handicapped is probably not the safest thing. So I didn't get in. Their loss. But what I'm saying is, like, it was at the time I was up for it. I was nervous, but I was open to it. And now I'm like, man, I don't want to give up my time. I don't want to give up my time because I got university. And that's one aspect of it. And I'm still like, acknowledging of the fact, like, I think I could do it. It's only like 2 hours on a Saturday morning. I'm like, you know what, I could do that. But it's like, I really wouldn't want to give up that sleep time, right? So for me, it's like, it is what it is. But I'm, for those of you long-term listeners, you know that I'm quite a spiritual guy. So, for example, I love yoga. I love yoga. I love the way it makes me feel. I love really just like, honestly, everything about it. It's just, it is one of those things that is just physically, mentally, spiritually such a positive thing for me in my life. I've always found it great. I've for those of you who have been listening to the podcast for a while, I took a really big interest in psychedelics, which you may be thinking, oh my god, drugs, like it, like basically like LSD, which is acid, shrooms, dimethyltryptamine, yeah, DMT, and like you're probably thinking like, oh my god, Patrick does drugs. What? Well, there's a lot of here, I got the cursor on there. Don't look at it like that, because there's a lot of like all this research that's really suggests like all the stuff is very, very good for you. Like it's like cancer patients, it's great for people who are dying, and that kind of translates over to anybody, because everyone's eventually dying. It's just closer for cancer patients. It really like mind opening. And like I said, I've never done anything like this, but like I did so much research. Like I don't want to go into the full story because I've talked about this a lot of times, but like a year ago, I was like, drugs are bad, and it just kind of like I started listening to Joe Rogan podcast, and I just like got like a little seed planted, and then a couple months later I started researching it. I got really, really interested in the topic, not just to do the drugs, but just all the stats, and like I was like, wow, we've been lied to, things like that. Like I just didn't know. But if you did the research, because every adult, well, most adults will tell you like, no, don't do drugs are bad. That's all they'll say. But when you look at when you don't just take someone's word for it, and you actually research a topic, which is logical thinking, right? Which is what you should do, you realize how wrong everybody is and how brainwashed everyone's been, which is something I always found really interesting. Is like, wow, I can't believe there's so many people wrong on the subject. And I'm not saying I'm absolutely right, but what I'm saying is people are given this one-sided thing where all drugs are bad, don't do them. Yet alcohol, which is a drug and a very dangerous drug if consumed in high doses, is fine, right? So it's really, really weird. And when you get thinking like that, and when you go from thinking of values to thinking objectively, it's a really eye-opening thing. And I have a book for university that talks about this. And it talks about how people will have an opinion or something based on their values or their morals, and that is actually the thinking of, honestly, not intelligent person. And a lot of people do it. But when someone says like, oh, I don't want to do drugs because that's against my morals or that's against my values, I don't want to hallucinate. What that really is it's not you thinking critically. It's going back to a pre-programmed sort of message in your head that's like, oh, I don't want to have to think about it. I'm just going to go to this. I don't want to have to think about it. But people say, oh no, that's just my morals. That's my morals. Well, no, that's really lazy thinking, and you shouldn't think that way. You should think, okay, let's examine this whole topic. Let's look at this. Okay, so I've been told, I'm gonna put a perfect example out here. So I've been told that let's go with magic mushrooms, shrooms, or psilocybin mushrooms if you want to get exact with it. So I've been told that they're really bad for you. They're dangerous, and they make you hallucinate. They might make you like messed up forever. They make your brain bleed. They can make your stomach bleed. Really, really dangerous. People do them, but I mean, you're probably like really big into drugs, probably going to go down a bad road. That's a pretty standard way to tell someone about the drug psilocybin, which is shrooms or mushrooms. I don't like saying shrooms because it almost has like a stigma attached to it, like, oh, you do shrooms. But no, let's just say psilocybin mushrooms. That's what they are. So when you go with that mentality, which is, like I said, a very common thing, like they're bad for you, all that stuff, like it's just easy because everyone says that. So, okay, well, it must be true. So I'm going to adopt those values. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how I went. That's how everybody went. And I am getting so off topic, I know, but it's a long podcast. We're just going to talk about it all. I know I'm still on the topic of like spirituality and stuff, just long road. So that was the values I was told. That's the way I was told to think. People around me thought that way, so I thought that way. And I said it was my values, it was my morals. Well, okay, I went like that for like the 18 years or, however long I knew that these drugs existed, which is probably like, I don't know, grade 2. I have no idea. Maybe grade like 6, really, realistically, specific those drugs. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I was told all these morals and stuff. And when I had friends who were doing shrooms, for example, or psilocybin mushrooms, and I was like, oh my God, that's so bad, because that's what I've been told, right? Well, I get into grade 12 and I start researching the topic, and I'm like, okay, let's look at this with an open mindset. I always say I have an open mindset about yoga, so let's actually apply this to something else. So I start looking into research, and I say, okay, first thing I see, psilocybin mushrooms cannot kill you. I mean, they can, but you have to take like pounds and pounds of it, and like a gram is like a effective dose. So like, well, not really. Like it's like 2 grams. You know what I mean, though, right? So like it's pretty much impossible to die. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, doesn't it make your brain bleed? So that would kind of indirectly affect it. So next thing I Googled, do shrooms make your brain bleed? No, this is a common misconception associated with shrooms. They do not make your brain bleed. They just release a certain chemical in your brain that causes you to hallucinate. Oh, okay. Well, don't they make your stomach bleed? That's how they get you high? No, this is also a common misconception. People often believe this because they have a bad taste and can make you relatively nauseous. However, it is just that, and there's no bleeding of the brain. Okay, well, this is all one source. Let me go to a couple places. Let's go to a professional website like WebMD. Then we'll go to Reddit, where we can just get personal experience, and then we can go to like a kind of in between, like Yahoo Answers. Oh, all 3 of them exclusively state this. Oh, okay, well, that's weird. Okay, so they're safe. They won't hurt you, but mentally maybe. Okay, well, let's look this up, and you apply the same thing. You go to a bunch of sources and stuff. Okay, mentally. Oh, there's not really too many reported cases of people going insane trying them. Okay, well, okay, so I guess they're kind of safe, but I mean, I still don't know if I'd want to get into that. I mean, I might, whatever. Oh, there's like multiple reports, and I mean, Joe Rogan and all these really, really like PhD type people talking about the benefits and how they opened up their mind and made them more conscious persons and made them nicer people, and motivated them to work hard. Get out of here. No way. Oh, really? Oh, this is actually true. So everything I've just been told is a lie. I was about to swear there, but I'm not going to swear because, that was my mindset. That's how I went into it. Anyways, that was a really long story to say, like, I'm way less spiritual now, but you get that kind of relates into it. Cause like I was saying, like a lot of my spirituality was like yoga. I really liked yoga, and I was kind of interested in the whole psychedelic thing. I kind of decided I want to wait a bit because I just think at 18, I think that might be a little bit early. I want to be a little bit more mature if I want to make like such a crazy decision like that. And although it is safe, and trust me, I've looked into it a lot of hours, at the same time, I mean, it is definitely a mind altering substance, and you want to be as safe as you can with that, right? So I'm not saying do drugs, right? Because I evaluated this. I said, absolutely. I think if you want to do psilocybin mushrooms, I absolutely recommend it as long as you have a plan and you go into it in a safe environment. But for me right now, I think I'm going to, I was kind of nervous. And as of, which I'm coming back to here, as I've kind of noticed, like, oh my God, my last month has been grind. And for a lot of people, that's like their work life is like grind at work, and then you go home and you eat your cheeseburgers and all that stuff. And I haven't been that bad, right? So I absolutely know with like exercise, the way I've adopted my exercise is if I don't, people say, oh, I can't exercise this week, I'm too busy. Well, the way I've adopted it, and this is the best thing I tell myself to get me to exercise all the time, no matter what, is I say, I'm not going to be productive. I'm not going to do my best work if I'm not exercising. I'm saying I have to exercise, or else nothing else is going to go right. So I have to exercise. And that's instead of, oh, I'd be better off, it's like I tell myself nothing is going to function as good as it would if I didn't exercise. So I get myself to exercise, not every day, usually not weekends, maybe once on the weekend, but pretty much absolutely 4 times a week, usually 5. So we'll go like, I usually go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, because it's a busy day, but no, I just want to have a day off as well. And then I'll go like usually Thursday, Friday, and I might have like a bike day Saturday or Sunday. And I kind of want to get back into yoga because, like I said, I've been really, really spiritually off, and kind of. But so get that. So the work's been there, right? The work's been there. That's just the work. You got to do work, right? So mentally, I'm happy, right? Mentally, I'm happy. I'm grinding. I'm getting pretty good grades for the most part, like A's in most courses, except for this intro to business. I don't know where I'm at. But like, for the most part, we're fine. We're fine. So mentally, I'm happy. YouTube channel's going amazing. Apart from like the whole girlfriend thing, everything's going well. Physically, I'm getting into really good shape, and it's great. And that's also helping my mental. But spiritually, man, and that's the last part of it. That's being in touch with yourself, and it's really hard to hit. Most people hit that mental thing with like the work kind of thing. Most people do their work and all their things. A lot of people won't exercise, and that affects your work. But the last piece of the puzzle is just that spiritual bit. That's like being calm and really. It's hard to explain, but being in touch with yourself, if that makes sense. And I was really good at it this summer because I was doing what I loved, and I did yoga, and I did all this research. I listened to a lot of like Joe Rogan, and just like that mental kind of like spiritual aspect, not like mental, like it could be mental, but it's more spiritual. And I just kind of realized like the last 2 weeks, like, oh my God, drinking every weekend, like it's not good for you, and it does hurt you in that aspect. I'm so less conscientious of other people, and I'm not a dick to anybody, but at the same time, I'm not like really concerned for others, and I don't care as much about other people, and it just gets really bad. And I've kind of realized like, man, I need to get back to that. So like I'm trying to listen to some Joe Rogan just for that, like that just like encouragement, like mood boosting, like be a good person kind of information or diet almost. And then adding to that like yoga. There's Tuesday yoga classes at my university, so I think I'm gonna try to get to that maybe. And I mean, it's like the psychedelic thing, maybe. I mean, I feel like it's, as a business, it's probably not good to say like I want to do drugs on my YouTube channel, because there's going to be like a lot of younger people here who don't understand it, and I get that because I never did. It's like, it's probably not a good thing to say that, but I'm just being honest. To be, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. People smoke weed. The thing I hate is when people say, it's really funny when you're at a party and you see a guy offered weed. He says, "Sorry, I don't do drugs," while he's drinking a beer. Alcohol is a drug. A drug is just anything that affects you, like anything that affects your body, right? You put into a separate thing from your body that you put into it that changes like your physical or mental state. That's all a drug is. Alcohol, absolutely a drug. Dangerous drug, not good for you. So bad, to be honest. So I don't know. Just take it with a grain of salt. But like I said, I really think it's something that I want to wait on, and definitely something that you want to take a lot of time on, because it is a big step. Even though it is safe, it is definitely something that I shouldn't say like, I don't know, you get what I mean. We're 57, so that's about 22 minus 57, so that's 35. We got 20 minutes left. Oh my Jesus, guys. Do you have any idea how freaking much I love you? Like I wouldn't be doing this for most people, but it is a lot of myself. But it all comes back to the grind factor and how happy are you with that and you and yourself, that kind of stuff. And right now, like I said, physically, I'm getting into really good shape. I've been doing a lot of exercise, and I'm feeling great, man. I've my muscles are bigger. I've gained weight because I've been eating more so I can gain muscle, right? I like, I'm in good shape. I'm getting a lot stronger. I'm really happy with that. University's going well. Econ, I have an A plus. Accounting, I have like a low A plus, basically an A. My natural disasters course, I have A minus. My math class, I don't really have anything in there yet, just 2 assignments that are probably making A plus, but they don't really count for anything. They're like 2% of my total mark, so that doesn't really matter. No, but after I write my test, I'm guessing I'll probably be about an A. So no, man, things are going like really, really well for school. There's just this one intro to business class, like I said, I hate, and I had to grind forever, and I'm still not done it, but I'm really close to being done, so it's good. Anything else? Like, yeah, everything's going well. Like, I have freaking, how many subscribers do I have now? That's the real question. Let's go check this out. 116,000. Oh, it's been locked at that all day, so probably we're at, yeah, it has been locked at that all day. That's really lame, YouTube. You got to step up your game there. But let's just say 117,000. That's a lot. That is a lot of people, and I am so lucky. I got to thank Lex and all those people. Like, that was just crazy. And the fact I'm still gaining like over like 500 subs every day is really crazy. And I hope I can do something awesome for Advanced Warfare. But I don't really want to talk about Advanced Warfare tonight. It's just not chill enough, man. Just not chill enough. So what else can we talk about? Yeah, so the first topic was being at university and being so busy. It made me care way less spiritually and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I got to get back on track with like my mind, because I'm happy with all the work I'm doing, but I'm just not. My mind is good and my body's good, but my mind and body aren't one. How about that? We're not connected, and that's what the spirituality does. It just connects you. It grounds you. It makes you a good person. Just being spiritual is good. Music? Yeah, we can talk about music. Music's pretty chill. So I hope everyone listening to this right now is just like, man, this is just a nice old chill podcast. By the way, I just want to say I'm not high right now. I don't smoke weed. I probably sound high, but it's just so late. It's like 2:07 now. I'm tired as hell. Sorry, I said I wouldn't swear. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Everyone really likes the top fives, and I feel like when I occasionally swear, it adds a level of like, oh my god, he swore, it actually means something. But I'm scared I'm getting to the point where I'm swearing so much now that it's starting to not mean anything. So I gotta swear less in my videos, and then occasionally swear, just very, very occasionally, in the top fives, just to make it interesting. So that's the thing. Music though, I'm gonna say about 2 weeks ago, I got Spotify Canada. Spotify, like they're only in America, I think. Yeah. Anyways, they recently, like, they got like a beta going on in Canada where if you email them, they'll give you a code and you can get in on it. Man, Spotify is amazing. It is so great for every aspect of my life, other than like energy music. I don't really like if I want music for like partying or something like that. I don't really like that. But everything else. But that's probably because I have like the best of the best music from that anyway. So you know what I mean. But I'll go to study mode and I'll play like some psychedelic rock, which is funny that we get into psychedelic rock, but like songs like some some Jimi Hendrix or some Cream, little do 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 do, a little bit of that. Oh my god, it just my focus. Or there's like study mode playlist where it's just really sick piano. That's always good. By the way, you guys have been watching the same gameplay for like a real long time. I'm sorry about that, but this is the only hour gameplay I had, and I just wanted to give you something. So I know it's not like the most exciting, but this was the challenge I did with Adam that I never ended up uploading because I said we'd upload it in like a week's time, and he forgot about that, so he uploaded it like a couple days later, and we just screwed up, so I didn't bother uploading it at the time. But I hope you guys are enjoying it now. If you didn't happen to see it, we basically did a gondola. Ooh, hit my microphone. We did a gondola only challenge. Now back to music. So I've made an observation. So when I was young, I used to listen to like exclusively classic rock, so like AC/DC. Well, actually, no. Here's what happened. I started off with a lot of weird stuff, just kind of whatever rock I could find. Like I liked Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple, and then I don't know, I just kind of like a little bit of rock all here and there, but nothing really specifically, just weird songs like when I was really young. Then I got into AC/DC, and AC/DC was like so cool, and I loved their music, and it was, for like the 12-year-old me, it was like what I could comprehend. And then I started getting into the real rock, man. That, oh my God, that classic stuff that I wish I had been alive to experience. And that was like, what even was that? That's like, I don't even know where I started. Like Aerosmith. God, there's so many. But anyways, the big point is I got into Led Zeppelin, which, if you don't know, Led Zeppelin is the most talented band in the history of the world. And that's not biased, that's truth. Everyone loves the Beatles. Beatles are the most popular, I would argue, but Led Zeppelin is the most talented band in the world to ever exist, at least in the last 100 years. Their singer is a male god. He is, number one, he's so sexy. I would probably have sex with him, and I'm straight. Probably not, but if I had to have sex with one guy, it'd probably be Robert Plant, who's their singer. He's just that sexy. He can go higher than pretty much any girl singer on the planet. If you want, like, I don't know, just music that I can think of at the top of my head, like, for example, the song Black Dog. That's it's like, hey mom, say the way you move, like that is wildly high. No guy can sing that right. No guy can sing that well. Their bassist, John Paul Jones, probably the least popular of the four. He could pretty much play every single instrument. He was the bassist, but he could play piano, he could play mandolin and banjo and flute and recorder and pan flute or whatever. I don't know if there's a difference there. And just everything. Like every single instrument that you hear in that is not a guitar or vocals or drums, like, it's him. And they have so many different instruments, just everything. He play guitar, of course. He just play everything. He is such a wide scope, and he's a freaking amazing bassist. There's not many. There's better bassists, but he is that top 1%. But more than that, like, just his scope of things added so much to it, and he's like really like the worst of the four, and he's amazing. Moving on to, here's somebody, I'm scared. Moving on to Jimmy Page, often considered to be one of the top 5 guitarists of all time. Top 5? Yeah, it's like Jimi Hendrix always gets number 1. Clapton, B.B. King. B.B. King? Yeah, B.B. King. I haven't listened to him in a while. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about right now, but Jimi Hendrix, man. Jimi friggin' Hendrix. Not Jimi Hendrix, I'm saying Jimmy Page is amazing. He's so good. Like, I get chills when I listen to his solos. They're so good. And lastly, and most talented, is their drummer, who really doesn't get the credit. He does get the credit. He gets a lot of credit, but I don't think it's hard to tell when you have a good drummer, but he is so incredibly powerful. He just drives those drums. He pounds them into the ground. He is a moving force that never ends of badassery and just beat with pound. It's amazing. It is so, absolutely amazing. I'm yawning. And he is, there's only one drummer in the world that even people compare him to, and that's Neil Peart, the Canadian of Rush. I'm Canadian. He's British. I know he's better. He is better than Peart. I don't care what you say. Everyone likes to say Neil Peart's better. Eddie the Jump Man, he'll agree with me. Actually, I gotta have Eddie back on. We gotta talk Zeppelin, because I don't know many people that are that into Zeppelin as me, but he seems to be real into me, or real into Zeppelin. But they're the greatest, most talented band of all time, and great songs, wide variety of songs. They have like, everyone thinks of Zeppelin as like really, really hard metal, like God, I can't even think of like rock and roll and a whole lot of love and communication breakdown. Like, you want a whole lot of love? Yeah. You want a whole lot of love? And I mean, that Hey Hey Ma said, the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. I mean, I can think of a whole bunch, but like Immigrant Song, like that's a real popular song that people like who aren't super into Zeppelin would know. But they have like acoustic songs, they have real psychedelic songs, they have like everything. They seriously have every type of music, apart from like electric music that couldn't be created back then. But any type of music that has been played, like they have it. It's like soul songs, fast songs, ballads like Stairway to Heaven, Kashmir. Oh my God, they're so freaking good. And Spotify's got me back into them and all these music. And like Led Zeppelin, I like for the last year I just been listening to like house music, that energy stuff. Yeah, rap. I like rap. I can appreciate all kinds of music except for country. Screw you, country people. Countries. No, I can appreciate country. I just don't like it. It's too simple. You know what I mean? It's too simple and it doesn't give me anything. The way I've distinguished it is there's two kinds of music, really, at the end of the day. There's energy that makes you feel, how did I put this on my phone? Let me say it on my phone. Modern music gives you energy, but it doesn't give you feeling. Okay? Modern energy, a lot of modern music, it's like, and not all, but I'm saying most, is like, for example, house music, all that, like, you know, dubstep, all those kinds of genres where it's just like electric music, I guess would be the umbrella term for it. Someone's probably going to correct me in the comments, but you know what I mean, like house music, dubstep, trap step, all that kind of stuff. That's like, and music that gives you energy, that makes you want to drink, that makes you want to party, that makes you want to dance, that kind of stuff. It doesn't really have any soul behind it. It doesn't have anything like that. There's a couple songs I can think of that do have it, but they don't have as much energy, right? It's really, really no thought orientated, and it's really spiritless. It has no soul to it. It doesn't have any of that, and it just makes you feel, and I want to drink and do, but you're not really it doesn't connect you to anything. It just gives you energy, and it has its time and place. When you go to rave, you know, you don't want to be thinking about the music, you want to be dancing and having fun, but it doesn't have that feeling. When you get into a lot of the older music, and I'm not saying that music nowadays doesn't have this, but when you get into the older music like the Zeppelin and really just like the Beatles and my God, there's so many bands that I'm not giving credit to right now, but Hendrix, man, Hendrix is so good. Oh my God, Hendrix is so amazing. When you get into that kind of stuff, it is so, you feel, I'll be studying, listening, and I'll like just stop and just like think of those lyrics, or just when you're in the right mood, it is so amazing. And I really recommend, like, if you're someone who likes like modern music, give what would I say, like the top, because Led Zeppelin is some deep stuff, but like probably, I mean, if I say Led Zeppelin, I'd say like listen to some Bring It On Home. Nah, I don't know if people would like that. Rock and Roll, that's an easy one to start on. Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin, easy one. Start there, and you can just go into Led Zeppelin, see what you like, because there's so much good music there. Jimi Hendrix, that'd be another one I would definitely recommend you try out, because they are oh my God, Jimi Hendrix is so deep but so cool at the same time. It's so like really psychedelic, like thinking though, you know. It's good. If I had to recommend like 3 songs, like 3 old songs that you go back and listen to, just to get you started, just to get you thinking about it, because like I want to, you know, I think we should listen to all music, all the music. I would say Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin, because that'll start you on Zeppelin, and then if you really like him, you can get more into it. I would say Not All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. What would I say? Purple Haze? Purple haze all in my veins. Yeah, I think Purple Haze might be a good one to start off on. It's not too crazy, but it's cool, and it's about doing drugs. So yeah, we'll go Purple Haze. So Rock and Roll, Purple Haze. I need a third one. Let's go a little. Do I want to go like a Beatles? Like maybe Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds or something? I don't know. Nah, Beatles are too crazy. I like the Beatles. They're good, but I don't know. God, what can we think here? And Cream. Let's go Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. Those 3. Just 3 starters. Not too crazy. So go Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin, Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix, and Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. There's 3 nice little starters. Get you started onto the world of like late 69 to like 75-ish music. Real good stuff, man. Real good stuff. I highly recommend it. So there's a little bit on music. Yeah, no, they're amazing. Like at the same time, I love dubs. I know a lot of people hate on dubs because it's all the exact same stuff, and that's kind of why I like it. Dubs is like the modern day AC/DC. I swear to God. That's a whole nother story. By the way, that was like the luckiest situation ever, what just happened there at the gameplay. I'm so tired, dude, but I love it. I love the grind. I love the grind. What are good bands? Like Martin Garrix. I like Martin Garrix just as a person, because he's like 18. He's like Martin Garrix is like, we're really close in age, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he's 18, soon to turn 19 maybe. Here, why don't I Google it? Martin Garrix. Oh, okay, even better. I'm older. I'm older than Martin Garrix. Martin Garritsen is a Dutch DJ producer signed to Spittin' Records. Yeah. Okay. So Martin Garrix. He's 18. He's 18 years old. Gonna turn 19 soonish. I just think he's cool. I follow him on Instagram. I like his music, but like, I just have so much respect for someone like as young as me who seems pretty down to earth. Cause like, I mean, I've just had crazy minor success in YouTube, and I feel like I could see it get into your head. It hasn't gotten to my head at all, but I could totally see someone that's not like down to earth like that. Totally see it getting in your head. Martin Garrix, man, he's just a cool guy. He's just a cool guy. He's just like, yeah, this is sick. Like, look, oh my God. Like, he's like, to him, it's like, it just, the way he seems really modest about it. And like, oh my God, can you believe this would like happen to me? Like, I'm so young. I can't even believe it. I really like that in people, where it's just like, oh my God, I die. But I just like to see that, where it's like that modesty and appreciation for what you got. It's always really cool to me. So I don't know. I just think he's a cool guy. But like Martin Garrix, I like all that stuff. I really like Eminem. I know everyone say, "Oh, you're white, you like Eminem," but Eminem is, something else I can appreciate. Like, Eminem is so good. I like his older stuff. I don't really like his new stuff, but he is so good. I don't care about like people's stupid money and cars. I guess he talks about that a bit, like Without Me. That's such a funny song, but he is so good. He is the best rapper of all time. And the only people who will argue, people who say Tupac, Biggie, I've listened to a bit of their stuff. I haven't really given it much thought, and maybe I should be open to that and try it. So I'm totally open to those two people, but I can't think of anyone else. Maybe people say Immortal Technique is up there, and he's not as popular, but he's got some good music. So anyways, guys, there you go. We got those 3 songs. We're gonna let here's 5 songs I'm gonna say if you haven't listened to them. Rock and Roll, Led Zeppelin, Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix, Sunshine of Your Love, Cream. We're going to go Dance with the Devil, Immortal Technique. And to end her off with the real, so we got 3 like old school songs. You got Dance with the Devil, Immortal Technique, real crazy song. And then the last one, we're going to go Immortal by Dubs, DVBBS. There you go, guys. That was the SmithSquad Podcast, episode number 23. Real chill at nice 2:24 a.m. I have class in 7 hours. Awesome. I have a quiz tomorrow, too. But I don't care because I love you. That's how much I love you. So leave a like. No, don't even bother leaving a like. Just comment stuff and comment cool stuff down below, okay? Comment some cool stuff. What's that cool stuff? I don't know, but just don't say first. Don't be one of those douchebags. Hate people that say first. I really, really hate you. Really hate you. And every time I see it, I want to say screw you, but I don't, because then people will be like, oh my god, he's so mean. But I really do want to. And I applaud all you people who hate on the first people, because I don't care. And this is me like deleting all my friend requests. That looks so bad right now, but dude, I get so many requests every day. It slows down my PlayStation so much. This was before I played my game, Mom of the Dead, that you just watched. It slows down it so much, so I had to delete people's comments because my PlayStation was like overheating. Because like there's just so much RAM, like all these messages and stuff. But here, we'll just end it right there. Oh, that's cool. Anyways, guys, yeah, we're gonna end her there. Bye, guys. I love you so much. I gotta go make a thumbnail for this, upload it, and I am going to bed.